It turns out that most graphing calculators allow you to find definite integrals. And we'll take the TIs, for instance. There's really two main ways to find definite integrals. You can do it in a kind of a graphical approach, which I did in the last video, where you can graph the function and go second calc and choose an integral option. And it'll actually show you on the function the shaded region and tell you what that is. But it's kind of a lot to type in. You have to go a lot of different places. And there's another way. This is what I'm going to do in this video, how to compute a definite integral straight from the home screen. So let's get right to it. So we're going to take the definite integral, which is going to find the area under the curve between -2 to 5 under the function x times the square root of x plus 3. Now, this would be an example of one that you could not find very easily by hand. You could, but it would take you a while to kind of plow through the algebra. So being a definite integral, if we have the capability of using a calculator, it'd be a great time to use it. So here we go. We'll get our TI out right here. And first step is when you're on the main screen, you'll go to the math button, which is on the left-hand side of your screen there. Second alpha, and then below that math, or somewhere around there. And it'll bring you up to the screen here, right? And so you have lots of different options and whatnot. And right here under the first column, if you scroll down, you'll see a few different options. Let's see, keep going. See, here's the derivative feature if you wanted to find a derivative at a certain place. But the one we want is right below that, the function integral. So if you choose that, for me it's number 9, and it'll actually bring up something that looks very similar to what we had on the main screen there. Now, when you push this, if you have an older style calculator, it'll actually look more like code. So hang with me just a minute, and I'll handle that situation for you guys in just a second. So here, being that they show it symbolically, it's pretty clear. You just type it in. So -2 to 5, and the function, I believe, was x times the square root of x plus 3. At least I hope it was. And then don't forget to put your variable of integration out here at the end. We're going to integrate all that stuff with respect to x. So it looks verbatim just like what we had just a minute ago. So we have it all typed in, looks good, push enter. And man, that was easy. 28.753 whereabouts. 28.753, rounded or so. And so that's the area under this curve from -2 to 5. Now, depending on what instructor you have this teaching Calc 1, a lot of Calc 1 instructors do not allow calculators on these tests, almost because that's a little too easy. You just type it in and it's done. Some calculators can even do the symbolic integration, which is when you do an indefinite integral. So you may not be able to use this on a test. Others of you might be able to use it on a test. It kind of depends on who your instructor is. But at the very least, it would be a great help for like a homework problem as you're, chewing through all those homework problems, trying to figure out your integration techniques and whatnot. Last thing I want to show you is if you're like a lot of students out there, you might have the old school style calculator. So here's an example of an old 83. And matter of fact, even if you have an 84, it might still look like this. But yours, again, if you go to math, and then scroll down and find functions integral, yours doesn't look so pretty. It looks more like code, and so you just have to know how to put it in a format that they want. So just watch very carefully in the order I'm typing this in. So we want to integrate, and then we'll type the function in, x times the square root of x plus 3. Right, close parentheses. And then somehow we have to tell it 3 more things. One, what's the variable we're integrating with respect to? To us, it's pretty obvious it's x, but the calculator can't really read our minds. And number 2, what's your interval that you're integrating over? So you're going to type comma x, comma, and then your lower limit, -2, and make sure you do a negative and not a minus, and then comma 5. And then close parentheses. So the calculator will read this, integrate x times the square root of x plus 3 with respect to x from -2 to 5. You push enter, and you notice it's the same answer that we got before. A common mistake that students make a lot is they'll forget the exact code to type in, and they'll do the function from -2 to 5 thinking that sounds pretty reasonable. You push enter and it'll give you a syntax error. So that's why I do like the updated software that the newer TIs have in them. It kind of gets rid of this issue, but nevertheless, the fact is that a lot of us still have these older style calculators that have it more in a code type language. So anyways, hope that helped you and give you a lot of success in learning how to compute these definite integrals.